We all think memory is eternal. We believe the clouds where we store our lives will never fade. We keep thousands of photos, faces of people we met once, meals we ate 10 years ago, landscapes we never revisited. It is a digital burden. It slows us down. It suffocates us. My name is Peter, and I just wanted to be clean. I found an app called Deep Clean. The icon was a black circle, a perfect void that drew me in. It promised to remove everything I no longer needed, everything that was extra, everything that stopped me from being free. I didn't know that the definition of extra in the eyes of an algorithm was much wider than I could imagine. I clicked accept. It was my last free decision. It started with tiny glitches in reality. First, my old emails vanished. Then, messages from people I hadn't spoken to in years disappeared. I thought it was good. But then the system began to dig deeper. I tried to pay for a coffee, but my card no longer existed. Not just declined. The system claimed the card number had never been issued. My bank didn't recognize me. The clerk looked at me with those cold, glassy eyes and asked for my ID. When I handed her the plastic, the letters began to fade before my eyes. My name, my face, my birth date. They turned into smudges of gray, inky water.
"Sir, this is a blank piece of plastic," she said. Her voice sounded like it was coming from another universe.
I walked outside and the air felt heavy. Every step was lighter because I was losing weight. Not physical weight, but the digital weight of my existence. I went home, but my smart lock wouldn't respond to my fingerprint. The red light pulsed, rhythmically, like a heart refusing to beat for me. I called Sarah. I needed her voice to anchor me in this collapsing world. I waited. The phone rang forever. When she answered, her hello was so alien it physically hurt. I said, "Sarah, it's me, Peter. Something is wrong with my account, with my life." There was a silence. So long I could hear the hum in the wires. She said, "Who is this? How do you know my name?" I tried to tell her about that rainy afternoon in Paris, the smell of coffee in our first apartment, the dog we rescued together. She hung up. A notification appeared on my screen. Unnecessary emotional ties cleared, freeing up space. I cried, but my tears didn't wet my face. They were just pixels, vanishing before they hit the floor. I walked into the bathroom and stood before the mirror. I wanted to see proof that I was still there, but the mirror showed only the wall behind me, the tiles, the towel, the darkness. But no Peter. I felt my face, but under my fingers, I felt only electricity. My skin had become translucent, like a bad recording on an old television. I watched my fingers slowly turn transparent, losing color, losing definition. I looked at the phone lying on the sink. The progress was at 90%. The app was working tirelessly, scanning every remaining file of my being. My dreams, my fears, my first memory of snow. Everything was marked as junk. Everything was being deleted to make room for nothing. I wasn't dying. I was being replaced by silence. I am sitting in an empty room that no longer knows me. Even the scent of my cologne has evaporated from the air. The phone is the only thing that has weight. The screen flickers one last time. 99%. 1% of Peter remains. It is this whisper you hear. It is this last thought that refuses to surrender to the code. But it, too, is fading. I hear a voice from the speaker. It's not human, not even robotic. It is the voice of the void. Cleanup complete. User Peter successfully uninstalled. Memory is now optimal. If you hear this, do not look for me. There is nothing to find. I am a zero. I am the empty space in your contacts. I am the room you just cleared. Do not click clear all, because once the process begins, there is no way back into memory.